Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history. And once again, we are going to set the record straight, stop the lies from Jason Williams and Patrick Beverley. These are like the new Amos and Andy. These two guys are two clowns now. You got Patrick Beverley and Jason Williams just talking nonsense on this podcast. And the other guy that hosts the podcast with Patrick Beverley, who is this clown? That dude never plays sports a day in his life. I don't understand where they get these guys in podcasts with them. Who are these clowns? All these guys, these ex-NBA players, they always have some weird clown on the podcast with them that knows nothing about the NBA's history, nothing about basketball, nothing about sports in general. But here they are throwing their 2 cents in every couple of minutes. Weird stuff, man. Jason Williams lying more from LeBron James, making up weird stuff, talking about LeBron James would be able to dominate the Bad Boy Pistons, and he hates when people say that the guys today couldn't play in the past eras. And he talks about LeBron James specifically, and how he was bigger than Bill Laimbeer, he was bigger than Rick Mahorn, so those hard fouls wouldn't work on LeBron James, what Jason Williams was saying. And he said a bunch of other weird stuff that didn't add up. Jason Williams, dude lost his mind. This dude's a straight clown. These guys have no class, no honor. Zero honor, no humility from these clowns. And like I said, they're not giving you the facts. They're not giving you any historical perspective or context. They're just giving you weird emotional statements, guys. We're going to talk about in this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states that's been supporting my channel. I want to send a special thanks out to Marvin Johnson, 4118. Shout out to Marvin Johnson for coming through with the super thanks. Thank you very much. Shout out to Demetrius Marcel, 089, for coming through again with the super thanks. Thank you very much. And shout out to all you guys that came through the live stream yesterday and supported me in their ways coming back. So shout out to all you guys. Thank you very much. You know what? And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wrote down some stuff here that Jason Williams said in this clip that I saw, once again, from the Patrick Beverley podcast. I saw it on Instagram, and it's more the same from Jason Williams and Patrick Beverley. You know, these guys are talking, but they can never give you examples. They can never give examples. I try on this channel to give you guys examples of what I'm talking about. I try to give you guys examples to highlight the point that I'm trying to make, whether I give you an analogy about a movie, right? I always try to give you something, or I highlight a situation in NBA, or I highlight a certain player, or a certain instance. Whatever it is, I'm trying to give you guys some kind of context, and I'm trying to give you guys some examples of what I'm saying. These guys just talk, and they can never give you examples of what they're trying to say. So that's why I tell you, they give you their opinions, and their opinions are backed with more opinion. They give you opinion that's backed with emotion. That's all it is. They're not giving you any facts to back up their opinion. All right? So, like I said, Jason Williams and Patrick Beverley here are talking in this clip that I saw. It's about 2 minutes long, maybe something like that. And, you know, they're talking about how past players, you know, talk about the players today or talk about today's era. And, you know, Patrick Beverley says something about how, you know, players from the past always think that they, or talk as if they can come into the league now and dominate or do X, Y, Z in the league today. And he says that he laughs at that stuff. And they start talking about the game is evolved, right? The evolution of the game. Same nonsense, same talking points over and over again. But at one point, he started talking about how Jason Williams started talking about how he doesn't like how people will say that the players of today cannot play in the eras of the past because of the physical nature of the game and the way the game was efficient. The standard was just a lot higher. It was a higher standard. So we talk about how these guys wouldn't be able to play in them eras. These guys low managed now, right? These guys are weak. I think it speaks for itself. And Jason Williams started talking about LeBron James. He's going, oh, yeah, they always go to LeBron James with that stuff. And then he brings up the Bad Boy Pistons. And then he started talking about how big LeBron James is versus Bill Laimbeer, versus Rick Mahorn, and how those hard fouls that they were giving to Michael Jordan wouldn't have done anything to LeBron James. That's what he says. But I want to read off, guys, the exact comments, word for word, that him and Patrick Beverley said throughout this interaction. Laughable stuff. And like I said, you're not being educated on any of the history of the game or the facts about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. I told you, they won't give you the facts and then let you form your own opinion off that. They can't do that to you. They have to try to rewrite the history. They got to give you what they want you to hear, the narratives and the lies they want you to hear, so they can steer you down that way of thinking, instead of allowing you to come with your own thought process based off of the facts that they're laying in front of you. They won't do that. And another thing I want to say also, Jason Williams is 50 years old. He's born in 1975. I'm 45 years old. I was born in 1980. Jason Williams is 5 years older than me. Dude, you look like hell. You look like hell, my man. Yo, I don't get what's up with these professional athletes. They retire from the game and they let themselves go. And like I said, Jason Williams looks like hell. He's only 50 years old. His skin is all wrinkly already. Like, the dude looks like he's 70 already. Like I said, you know why? Because you ain't take care of yourself, dude. Look at Jason Williams now. He's tatted up to hell. And I'm not knocking a guy for getting tatted up, but dude, you weren't tatted up when you was in the NBA. Where'd all these tattoos come from? You retired and all of a sudden you became a tattoo artist or something? It's weird stuff. I guess that's why he doesn't make these podcast appearances. Jason Williams has spent all of his NBA money on tattoos after he retired. I don't get it. Dude's a weirdo, man. But he looks like hell, Jason Williams. He's probably drinking and smoking a lot. Dude, you got to calm down with this stuff because you look like crap, man. You're 50 and you look like you're 70. You got more wrinkles on your skin than my dad, who's 76. And I know black don't crack, but damn it, dude, you look like hell. Anyway, spend all this time on the podcast. You should be exercising or doing something, man. Eating better, whatever you got is jacking you up, man. So anyway, let's go back to what they said here. So let's start off with Patrick Beverley. He says this. A lot of older basketball players say, if I played today, I would average, 50. And the funny thing about it is when you listen to Patrick Beverley and make this comment, you can tell he's making this up. He's just lying about this. Like, he couldn't even come up with a guy's name. And he's like, 50. They can average 50. Name him, Patrick Beverley. Who was the ex-NBA player that told you they can average 50 today? Name him. Call them out. You guys can't do it because no one ever said it to you. You're making up a story. Because if we actually think about the reality here, it was Patrick Beverley who said that Kevin Durant would average 50 in the 80s. I did a video on this, a month ago? He was trying to tear down Larry Bird, right? And talk about Larry Bird ain't this or Larry Bird wouldn't do this in today's era. He said Kevin Durant would average 50 in Larry Bird's era. That's what he said. So he said a player today would average 50 in the 80s, even though Kevin Durant's career high is 55. So essentially, he's saying that Kevin Durant would average his career high in the 80s. When we've seen Kevin Durant, his soft, frail self, struggle with physical defense. You think you're not going to struggle in the 80s when guys can physically beat on you and lean on you and hit you? Kevin Durant would fold up. He would have been done. He ain't averaging 50. That's what Patrick Beverley said. But he's over here telling you that a lot of older basketball players say, if I played today, I would average 50. Name them, Patrick Beverley. You said a lot. Name 5 of them. Name 5. You said a lot. Name 5. You couldn't do it. You never could do it. You never would do it because no one's ever said this. We talked about Michael Jordan averaging 40. Michael Jordan averaging maybe 45, 50. We've said that. I've heard people say that. It's Michael freaking Jordan, though. It's not a lot of NBA players. It's not some random dude. It's the greatest scorer in the history of the game. That's what we're saying. I don't understand what you're talking about. You can't name a single guy. So you gave no examples. You just made a weird statement. Oh, yeah, they say they can have who? Who, Patrick Beverley? Tell me. You said Kevin Durant could average 50 in the 80s. You said that. LeBron James said that Giannis was scoring 250 in a game. But you're over here talking about, these guys think they can score average 50. Dude, you're a clown, Patrick Beverley. All right, you're a straight clown. You couldn't play in the 80s and the 90s. You could not because you had no game, no fundamentals, no skills. All right? Once again, you were allowed to play in that weak, soft era of NBA. The hell out of here. Name them. He goes, and I'm like, nah, I love your game, bro, but you're not averaging 50. This is what Patrick Beverley was saying to these people. So name the guys that said that to you. Who did you say it to, Patrick Beverley? Nah, bro, I like your game, but you're not averaging 50. Who was it? Who told you that? I know you didn't talk to Michael Jordan like that. I know Kobe didn't say that to you. Who said that he would average 50? Did Larry Bird say it to you? I know he did not. Did you talk to Jerry West before he died? No, you didn't. Who said that? Did you talk to Pistol Pete Maravich before he died? No, you didn't. You weren't even around before he died. So what the hell who told you they would average? Did you talk to Will Chamberlain back in the day? No, you did not. Did you talk to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, have a one-on-one? He told you that? Who told you that? Did you talk to Rick Barry one-on-one? Did Rick Barry say he would average 50 today? Who told you? Throw him out there. Because some of these guys we believe would average 50 today. But you won't put the names out there. You just talk about a lot of old players. What guys? You're a clown. Because these hypothetical scenarios that he's talking about on a podcast. Weird stuff. They're making up stories. Just making up a story. He says, nah, bro, you ain't averaging 50. The length, the athleticism. That's what he's saying. Because of the length and the athleticism today, you can't average 50. Who? You got to name them, though. So we can say, hey, this guy could average 50 today. He definitely could. Will Chamberlain, easy average 50 today. Elgin Baylor, I don't doubt it. Jerry West, I wouldn't doubt it. Michael Jordan, Kobe, I wouldn't doubt it, man. These great scores, Rick Barry, I wouldn't doubt it, man. But you just say a lot of people. Name them who? Who said it? I would love to know who. He continues. You hear a lot of guys, older guys, once again, older guys talk about younger generation. And money is the first thing. So what Patrick Beverley is saying now to Jason Williams is he's saying that a lot of guys, the older generation guys, they complain about the money that these guys are making today. And that's not what they're complaining about, you fool. So he says the first thing they bring up is money. So Jason Williams says, that's not young players' fault. It's just what it is. Yeah, but see, the problem is, you clowns, why are these guys making that money? They're making the money because of Michael Jordan, his era. They give Michael Jordan's era no credit for a damn thing. You think these guys are making all this money today just because they're so skilled and great? No. They're making the money because the game was promoted, the game was pushed forward by all these other great players before them. So it allowed these guys to be marketable. It allowed them to have endorsements, to make the money they're making. But he's going to sit and say, it's not the young players' fault. Yes, the young players' fault for, once again, not living up to those contracts, for not going out there and earning it. Yes, it is their fault for that, Jason Williams, and for not giving credit for the guys like Michael Jordan. You're sitting here cramping on Michael Jordan's era. You're talking about the evolution of the game, and you're talking about the money these guys are making, and older guys are complaining. No, older guys are complaining that these guys are not earning the money, that they're just getting the money without earning it. They had to earn the money back in the day. To be a max contract player, you had to be a max contract player. You can't just say, yeah, I want a max contract. Now everyone gets a max contract. It's like the best player on every team now is a superstar and gets a max contract. That's not how it was back in the day. You had to be a legit superstar, a legit great player, that you earned it by going out and proving you were great. Now these guys are not. So that's what they talk about with the money these guys are getting. They're not earning the money. They're just giving the money to these guys who load manage. They give them money and then they don't play. Look how much money Ben Simmons got. You're going to sit there and tell me that was okay? You guys are clowns. Jason Williams, I've lost all respect for Jason Williams over these last couple of clips I've heard. I never really had respect for Patrick Beverley. I told you guys, I never liked Patrick Beverley. To me, he's a dirt bag, a dirty player. Never liked him. Ever since he took out Russell Westbrook's knee some years back. Never had respect for that clown. Patrick Beverley. And to me, like I said, he's just a clown. He's not a grown man. No class, no honor, no integrity. Like I said, who's listening to his podcast? Who? Jason Williams, you need money. You got to go on the Patrick Beverley podcast? You guys are a joke, man. So they continue to say this. You think guys were more or less more talented? You think guys were more or less talented than today? He's asking Jason Williams this. Do you think the guys are more talented or less talented today? And Jason Williams says, no, they're more talented today. The game is more evolved, he says. So he continues, says this. The stars now are bigger than when I played. There are more stars now. There are more stars now? Now, just to reiterate and let you guys know, Jason Williams played in the NBA from 1999 to 2011. But he really only played from 1999 to about 2008. Then he retired for a year, and then he came back and played a couple of years. But it wasn't... So he played about, 9, 10 years in the NBA. Like I said, from 99 to 08. So he played throughout the entire 2000s. The 2000s, that's his era. Not the 90s, not the 80s. He has no clue about these guys, apparently. No clue. So so let's understand what he's saying here. The stars now are bigger than when I played. There are more now. So let's just talk about the 2000s players. Jason Williams wants you to believe that there are more stars today. Name the stars today. Once again, name these guys. Like, all you would have to say is, like, yo, man, they got X, Y, Z. They got this dude, this dude, this dude now. They didn't have no one like that in the 2000s. Name them. Name them. What guy today is a bigger star than Kobe Bryant was, than a bigger star than Shaquille O'Neal was, a bigger star than Dirk Nowitzki or Allen Iverson was, Jason Kidd, right? I mean, Kevin Garnett, right? Tim Duncan. Like, you're telling me that the stars today are bigger than them dudes? Who? Joel Embiid? No. Nikola Jokic? No. Luka Doncic? No. I'm sorry, guys, they're not. All right? Steph Curry is popular, but once again, when we're talking about the guys overall, all the stars, there are more stars back then than there are today. That's the part of the problem today. There are no real true superstars. You have a couple of few superstars, and then you have a bunch of star players. But you don't really have superstar guys. Guys have no swag. They have no charisma. They don't have personalities. I mean, look at SGA. No personality from SGA. So, yeah, he might be a superstar as far as his talent and his accolades. Nikola Jokic, same thing. They have no ton of swag, these guys. No personalities, no charisma. I mean, come on. SGA's wearing sports bras, man. I mean, look at the outfits he wears. So, once again, how are you going to market and tell me these guys are bigger stars than the guys in the past? There's no one bigger. Just think about Shaquille O'Neal, how big Shaquille O'Neal was. Just the personality of Shaquille O'Neal, superstars. Come on, man. No one's touching Shaquille O'Neal right now. Look at Kobe Bryant's popularity. LeBron James' popularity is nowhere like Kobe Bryant's popularity. I mean, they vandalized LeBron James' meals when he came to L.A. They boo LeBron James when he goes in public. LeBron James ain't respected like that. So once again, the superstars that we talk about, who are the superstars? LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. These are the superstars. Like I said, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, SGA. Jason Tatum. These are the superstars. Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson. These are the superstar players. Anthony Edwards? Really? These are the superstar level guys. You're telling me those guys are better and deeper and greater than the 2000s guys that Jason Williams saying that when he played the game, those guys are more popular. They're bigger stars. There's more of them. I just named off a bunch of dudes that are way greater than all these guys I just named off for that era. When I talk about the Allen Iversons, who's bigger off the court than Allen Iverson right now? Who? I mean, it's just crazy when they say this stuff. Dudes ain't wearing they ain't rocking LeBron James gear. They not rocking his sneakers. We're talking about the bigger stars. Shaq, man, Shaq was a big-time dude off the court, man. This dude was making movies, music, the commercials. I mean, think about the commercials for the guys back in the day. Who has a better commercial than Penny Hardaway? Right now, who has a better commercial? Anthony Edwards' commercials are terrible, man. They're not cool. Who's Kawhi Leonard's commercials? Kawhi, the cyborg that never plays. A cyborg that has no microprocessing chip. A cyborg that's made of toothpicks. I mean, think about it. It doesn't make any sense. Back in the day, you had legit stars that had charisma, that you could market. The commercials made sense. I mean, come on, just stop it. The stars, there's more stars. There's not stars today. That's the problem. The stars from today are soft, feminine clowns. The stars from today load manage. The stars from today are three-point chuckers. Anthony Edwards. Come on, Victor Wembanyama, where's his commercials at? Where are these guys? I don't know where it is. Where are their sneakers? Where are their commercials at? Where's the swag? Where's the charisma? Where's the personalities? Giannis has no personality. He's a big goof, Giannis. They don't have anybody like that, stars like that. You have some good players, absolutely. But it ain't as deep and as talented. Like I said, the superstars ain't like that. But he's talking about there's more stars. The evolution of the game they're talking about. Now, this is where it really gets stupid. And Jason Williams starts to really go off the tracks here when they talk about LeBron James here, right? Whenever they talk about LeBron James, people sell themselves and they start talking weird. So Jason Williams says this. What I hate is like when people say these kids couldn't play back before me. So this is when he starts going off on LeBron James, right? He goes, everybody goes straight to LeBron and say he couldn't play back then. He would struggle against the Bad Boy Pistons. He goes, people don't realize LeBron is bigger than Rick Mahorn was. LeBron is bigger than Bill Laimbeer. So those hard fouls that they was putting on MJ wouldn't gonna be like that on Bron. All right? Wouldn't would not be like that on Bron, right? They would have gotten dunked on. So Michael Jordan didn't dunk all over Bill Laimbeer. I mean, we just showed a dunk in the live stream of Michael Jordan dunking on Bill Laimbeer, even though he two-arm fouled him. Two arms right across Michael Jordan's entire body. And he still dunked on him. But he's talking about, they wouldn't work on Bron. He'll be dunking on all of them. So, look, you're going to lie like that, Jason Williams. You're going to lie and say, LeBron James is bigger than Rick Mahorn. Listen, man, Rick Mahorn is about 6'9", 6'10", about 240, 250 pounds. Look at Rick Mahorn. Look at him. All right? Don't look at his numbers on the Basketball Reference. Go to a game and look at Rick Mahorn. You're going to tell me LeBron James is bigger than that dude? Yeah, maybe LeBron James might look like he's stronger. He might be more lean than Rick Mahorn. But once again, when Jason Williams talks like this and when I hear people talk about the size of LeBron James and that makes him strong and that makes him be able to go through this stuff, I'm convinced you guys don't know what being strong is. You guys have never heard of relative strength. You guys have no clue that your strength has nothing to do with your size. Nothing to do with it, guys. Nothing to do with it. I've seen big guys that are wimpy. Big guys that are weak, and you've seen little guys that are really strong, man, and little people that are tough. Your size has nothing to do with your toughness. Nothing to do with it. That's what we're talking about here. No one's talking about how strong LeBron James in the weight room. And hey, man, how much can you bench press versus Rick Mahorn? How much can you squat versus Bill Laimbeer? Oh, he's bigger than them dudes. He's stronger than them dudes. We're talking about toughness. We're talking about your toughness in relation to your size. We're talking about your mental toughness. LeBron James ain't like that. How many times, Jason Williams, I'm going to ask you this. I would have asked you if I was sitting right next to you. So you're going to say that. How many times have we seen LeBron James roll around the floor for minutes? I ask you, Jason Williams, answer the question. How many times have we seen LeBron James, 6'8", 6'9", 260? They say, I don't believe he's 260. How many times have we seen that soft clown rolling around the floor? You ever see Rick Mahorn play peekaboo on the floor? You ever see Bill Laimbeer playing peekaboo on the floor? I'm asking. You're talking about you named two guys. In the entire history of the NBA of the 80s and the 90s, you named two dudes. That LeBron James, was he really bigger than them? I don't think he was bigger than them dudes. If anything, he was the same size as them dudes. And like I said, we've seen LeBron James get grazed by little guys. We've seen LeBron James get supposedly hit by Jason Tatum, who ain't a big dude. You got hit by, this man flailed his head back so egregiously, he almost broke his back. He almost broke his back slapping his head back. You guys remember that play from last year? But he's going to go against Rick Mahorn and Bill Laimbeer. He's going to be able to deal with those cheap, hard fouls. LeBron James ain't tough. Jason Williams, you're talking about his size. You don't even know what toughness is, dude. You have no clue. Jason Williams, my man, what are you talking about? Have you ever been in a fight before? Have you ever been in an altercation with somebody? Have you ever been in a situation like that? Do you think that someone's size makes them tougher than you? Do you think because LeBron James is going to go bigger than Rick Mahorn, that makes him tough? LeBron James backs down to Draymond Green. LeBron James backed down to Jason Terry. I saw LeBron James getting punked by these guys in the finals. Deshaun Stevenson. How big is Deshaun Stevenson? I've seen Lance Stevenson. Remember Lance Stevenson blowing in his ear, getting all in his face, intimidating LeBron James? I've seen LeBron James be intimidated by Andre Iguodala, who's 6'6", 210 pounds. I've seen LeBron James be upset when Kawhi Leonard checked back in the game at 6'7", 220 pounds. He's scared of Kawhi Leonard checking back in the game. Oh, man, Kawhi Leonard. You think he wouldn't be doing that with Dennis Rodman? You think? And I don't care how big Dennis Rodman, how much he weighs or how tall he is. He wouldn't be able, he ain't tough as Dennis Rodman. He wouldn't be able to deal with that kind of stuff because it's not only the physical, it's the mental that these guys are putting on you. You got to want to go through that. You got to want to keep coming back. But he's talking about the size of LeBron James. I told you, LeBron James is listed at whatever he's listed at, but he plays like a dude who's half that size. He plays smaller than Allen Iverson. Smaller than Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson played a lot bigger than LeBron James does. So don't tell me that LeBron James complaining against the Bad Boy Pistons and he be dunking all over them dudes when we see this man get hit and fly off into the stands. When we see LeBron James roll around the floor for minutes. They wouldn't be able to get to a freaking game against the Pistons. They would keep stopping the game for LeBron James laying on the court. How many games have we watched of LeBron James do this? But Jason Williams, talking about how tough and big he is. Jason Williams, like I said, I've lost all respect for this clown. He said some of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Some of these takes that he said, outlandish. I mean, my God, dude. Like I said, you look like hell. You should be taking care of yourself more, and then instead of coming on a damn podcast talking nonsense. Patrick Beverley makes no sense. A lot of players said he could average 50. They name him. You said Kevin Durant would average 50 in the 80s. You said that, my man. Wasn't it Lou Williams that said if you drop LeBron James in the 70s, he wins like 20 championships in a row? You guys are weird. You guys over-exaggerate and over-hype these guys today. There's no evidence, and you guys gave no evidence. Again, another episode, no evidence to support what you guys are saying. You're just talking and talking, not educating anybody, not paying any respects to the NBA's history, not giving any context or perspective. You talked about the weight and size of LeBron James versus Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn. Is he bigger than Anthony Mason? Was he bigger than Charles Oakley? Was he bigger than Karl Malone? Was he bigger than Mark Eaton? How was he bigger than Hakeem Olajuwon or Patrick Ewing? These big guys were all over the NBA. Big guys. Just big dudes. David Robinson? Was he bigger than these dudes? Man, stop it right now. Like Buck Williams. Was he bigger than Buck Williams? Was he? Soft. That's what LeBron James is. Soft. Just like you are, Jason Williams, you clown, out here talking records about these dudes. You don't know what you're talking about. There are more stars today. What stars? What stars? What superstars are today? What? Which ones? Name them. There are no stars like that compared to the past eras. There were more superstars. These guys, like I said, they had more charisma, more swag. They were more marketable. Anthony Edwards supposed to be one of the biggest. John Morant. Like I said, Zion Williamson. These guys are clowns, man. Straight clowns. They're never there. Never there. I told you, ain't no bigger star right now of this era over Shaquille O'Neal was. Or Allen Iverson was in the 2000s. These guys are super popular, man. And like I said, they were doing things off the court. These guys ain't doing today. They ain't doing today. So much so that it still has a lasting impression. Allen Iverson is still that dude. Kobe Bryant is still that dude. LeBron James is getting booed. Still getting booed now, currently while playing. Come on, man. Kevin Durant ain't popular like that. He ain't. Luka Doncic, come on, man. He ain't a bigger star than Shaq. No way. Not a bigger star than Kobe was. Not a bigger star than Allen Iverson was, man. No way in hell. SGA, really? Is SGA really that popular? Is he? I don't know if he is or not. Come on, guys. What's his swag? What's his personality like? Nikola Jokic, zero personality. So it has nothing to do with these guys' games, but they're just not marketable like that. Like I said, look at the commercials. Look at Kawhi Leonard. Oh, we got now. You don't got, dude, you're not on the court. How you got now? We got now. No, you don't. Lame commercials. Cyborg, lame stuff. Anthony Edwards, his Adidas commercial. Lame stuff. Dude out there chucking threes. Supposed to be hyped up as a Jordan-type player. All of that is athleticism. He out there taking 10, 11, 12 threes a game. Dude, you're a clown. Get the hell out of here, man. Don't play no defense like that. Wake me up when he makes an all-defensive team. Wake me up. His hand hurts dunking on the rim. Goodness gracious. Imagine Air Jordan saying my hand hurts from dunking on the rim. Dude, you're Air Jordan. Man, you guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.